Hey friends, in this video I am going to be treating a few items. I'm going to be cleaning suede. I have a vintage coat and a vintage bag and these boots. So I'm going to be using this new suede cleaner that I purchased. I'm going to be shaving a couple sweaters, and I'm going to be using Doc Martens and some shoe polish on some shoes. So stay tuned and I'll show you some of the items that I use to treat the clothes. For a while, I had been hearing about this great Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, and I'm really cheap. I'm really frugal, and so I don't like to spend money, but also I don't do like a lot of repair on shoes and things. I'm kind of like as is. If it's like an old scuffed up boot, sometimes I'll leave it at that and I can make really good money. And then sometimes I'll say, you know what, I could probably do a little bit of something. My goal is to do a little bit of something to get the best return. I'm not sewing and doing all that unless I know I'm going to make like really good money. The other day I just sewed up this sweater for Thomas. I wish I saved it for this video, but it was a vintage Ireland sweater. If you know those Ireland Scottish type sweaters, it was worth a good amount of money, and it had a hole. So I just took my needle and thread and I pulled it together. I pulled it open a little bit and then sewed it up, and you can't even tell what the hole is. Those kind of things, if you know you're going to get a good return, then yes. I don't really have like a shoe day where I sit once a week. Now I may throw some stuff in a pile and come back in like a month and just do everything and get it done. But for me, it doesn't pay to get things that need a lot of work. I just don't have time for it. Other people's business model may do that. So I wanted something that was really quick that I could use, and I found this Doc Martens Airwear Wonder Balsam, and I've used it before, and I've also have a video so you can go where I did some bags and I actually sold them. They had been sitting, and I just took one day and did them and did a video. So I may link it to this video, but here's the Doc Martens, and it's like a really tiny container. So visually, if you go into Amazon and you see this, they have this big picture of it and you think it's just like this amazing stuff. But you get it in this little can, and then it comes with a little sponge thing inside, and it's literally just clear, and it just brings leather and things back to life. If something needs to be like really polished, and use shoe polish, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But I use gloves when I put this on. It doesn't have a heavy scent, but again, it's the Doc Martens Wonder Balm. And then I'm also going to be polishing a pair of shoes. I figured, why not? Thomas does all that. He does more, so he has this huge bin of polish and every color. So I just went down into his area and I polished a couple pairs of shoes the other day. And actually the funny thing is I polished them very light and they sold. And so I like easy and simple. So he gets these, this is Kiwi No Buff Cream Polish. And this is what this looks like. This is brown. I'm going to be polishing some brown Danskos with this. And then it has a little sponge on the front, and you just push it out, and then see it's coming out, and then you just polish the shoe. This is what I can deal with. So these are the two items that I'm using to fix up a couple pairs of shoes that I have. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to use this Lincoln Easy Cleaner to try to clean up these suede shoes a little bit. It's really just a little bit, it's not a lot, so hopefully it'll work on these. I'm going to use it on a vintage bag that needs a little color fixed there. It's got a little something going on in the inside. These boots Thomas gave me about 2 months ago, and since we're going into boot weather, I want to try to get some of this spot off there. So I'll show you the before and after. If it doesn't work, then that will be like kind of like my review, but I wanted to show you that. And then the last item that I got the cleaner specifically for is this beautiful fur coat. The collar alone is beautiful, and it's got like some discoloration on the back. Let me see if I can find it. So here is some discoloration there. I want to see if I can clean that up a little bit. See how it's discolored compared to the rest of the coat? It's just a couple areas like that. More so because the person, I guess, was putting their hand into their pocket using the coat. But like, why wouldn't you try to restore something like this? This is real fur. You never know. So I'm going to come back with the results for everything. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Lincoln Easy Cleaner on these shoes right here. I already cleaned the other shoe. My goal really is that spot right there, but in order to use this cleaner, you have to go over the whole surface. So I'm just going to start with this spot here because I already did the other pair just to see, I mean the other shoe, just to see if the cleaner would work. Because even if the spot doesn't come out, the shoe itself was so dirty that I just kind of went around and then so much dirt came off this. Like, the one spot came out, but this one right here, we'll see. And I'll come back later to show you the results. So these are the L'Oreal loafers that I showed earlier. It had like more of a discoloration. I used the Lincoln Easy Cleaner on these, and look how great they look. I had them for sale already in my Poshmark closet, but I said, you know what, since I have the Easy Cleaner, let me use that. And it worked pretty well. These are light shoes, so I was a little concerned. I think I paid $3.99 at the Goodwill retail store, and these retail for really good money. So now I could probably get what I need. Italian leather with the leather sole. You can't beat it. Look how nice they are. Okay, so now I have this Charles Jourdan Paris vintage bag that I'm going to clean. I want to focus on those spots up top, so it's going to entail cleaning the whole bag. But I tried in the inside. This was all like moldy and on the leather part, so it did clean really well. I'm using, again, this Lincoln Easy Cleaner. And, you know, I'm going to just do a little bit. Let's see what I get. I'm going to start in the inside right here and just start by rubbing a little bit, and I'm just following the directions, and it's hard to tell, and actually right here these spots are coming out. So on the front I try to do some places that were inconspicuous, and then I will work on the whole piece and come back and show you the results. So I wanted to show you the way that it works is that you use the foam. You don't pour the liquid, you shake it and you just squeeze the foam out. And look at that right there. You can see like some of the colors coming off, but that is actually cleaned, especially this Charles Jourdan bag that I'm working on. But that's what I wanted to show you, the actual foam and not pouring the liquid directly on your rag. Okay, so here again is this Charles Jourdan vintage bag. It was all stained in the inside. Can't see that, I'd wipe that. And then there were like spots here on the front, and there's still like a little bit of spots, but they were really bad. And I used the Lincoln Easy Cleaner, and then I took this little brush, not on the brush side, but I started off with this rubber silicone part, and then I used the edge to kind of bring back life to this bag. And I'm really happy with what is going on here. Okay, so don't mind my trash truck in the background. It is Monday and they're like 2 hours late. So I'm going to be working on this fur coat, and my goal is to get the spots out of near the pocket. So I'm going to do the whole coat. I've already done a hidden area and it seems to work a little well. And again, to do this, you just take the foam off. You squeeze the foam out like that, and you take the foam off the top. You don't use all the liquid. And I'm just going to kind of come in here and scrub the pocket area. That's the main stain, and then I'll come in later and fill in the rest and come back later and see what happens. Okay, so this was my vintage coat. I didn't do the whole thing because I wanted to just do a little bit for the sake of the video. And it was here where the spots were really bad on the side, not as bad as they originally were. Plus it hasn't dried yet. And I did one whole side of the coat. Let me see if I bring it up, if you can tell. See how dirty that side is, and this one's a little bit better. And then it's also good to have one of these suede brushes right here where you can just brush it. You can brush it down because it's suede, it's not like leather. And then you can come back up with this smoother and brush it up, and that's what it says do. So you brush it up, and it definitely brings the suede back to life. So I'm going to finish this coat later, but I just wanted to show you, like, look how cool that looks. So, okay, so now I'm about to use this kiwi shoe polish on these slip-on Mary Jane dance shoes. And my goal is to get this white scuff off. Now, I started already on the one pair just to see what the color will look like. The color is good, but the white scuff is still there. So what I'm going to do is take a nail file and just go over the white scuff. Okay, so the white scuff is gone from the one shoe. And now I'm going to take my kiwi polish and go over and polish. And that's what it looked like. The white scuff is gone. When this one dries a little bit, I'll come back and see the white scuff up top. I'll come back and sand that down with a nail file. But that's what this looks like, and I'll come back later to show you the whole shoe. So I took these Mary Janes just a little bit further. Not only that I just polished them, this is a polished shoe that I used the kiwi polish on. And then I took it one step further, and this is the other shoe where I put the Doc Martens balsam on. And so now this is the before and this is the after, and you can see the shiny glow. And then I'm going to do the second one. So I'm going to be using my Doc Martens Wonder Balm just to touch up these brown shoes right here. They don't need to be polished. They just need a little bit of life to be brought back to them. And that's what I'm going to use the Doc Martens for. Okay, I have these great loafers. The brand is Underfoot. I think I got these from Thomas for free. And the comps are pretty good. I didn't pay anything for them, so it's worth kind of just, you know, sprucing them up a little bit. I'm going to use this Doc Martens Wonder Balm for these. And then, so I just take a little bit of, it comes with a sponge. I always wear gloves on my hands because it's a little greasy. And you just take a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And then you just kind of rub it into your shoe. Try to get all the areas that you can. And then this is what looks like the difference in the two shoes. So I'm going to spruce these up and come back and show you the end result. Okay, so here are these Underfoot loafers. They're done. Look how pretty they are. All I used was the Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, just to give them a little shine. There was nothing wrong. They weren't scuffed or anything. They were just a little dull. Just something to, you know, get a little bit more money. Okay, so another one of my handy dandy items is my go-to, my lint brush. And this particular brush is amazing, roller, because someone took the idea, you know, we used to use like tape to go in and take the tape and get all the lint off. Well, someone, and then many other people use the idea for the lint roller. And this lint roller is really the best because you peel it off into pieces. And then you can use it as a lint roller, and you can use it for other things. So I'll show you really quickly as I'm going along how I'm going to be using this lint roller. Okay, so for my lint roller, I am going to be using it on this sweater, this infinity scarf right here, because it has like hair on it. And then I'm going to be using it as an example to show you how to get like lint and dust and dog hair out of shoes. Okay, so now the polishing and the Doc Martens and all of that stuff is done. I wanted to show you a couple extra things like using the lint roller. And I have these Converse All-Star sneakers that have been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I noticed that they were a little dusty. So before you ship, you can go periodically through your shoes. I mean, if you have a dusty area where it's carpet and everything, it's not going to be worth it for you to keep going on. But if just before you ship, you get your lint roller and you just go over the sneaker. See, it's really dusty right there. So I'll take this, and then this, I'll actually do like a little spot treat here. I just happen to have a wet towel. So I'll just go over, and then the spot is gone off of the shoe that quickly. But yes, so I just take, it's stuck. You can't edit that, people, right? So it's linty, and I just go with my lint brush, and voila, I have instantly, because black attracts so bad. So that is here what came off, and there's that. So then you can take, if you find yourself at, especially for people who shop at the bins, you get home and you have a shoe that has all kinds of cat and dog fur in there, you can just take your lint, break a sheet off, pull a sheet off of your lint roller, and you just go inside and you go around and get all, you can literally just fit it inside there like that, and then just kind of play around with it and get everything out that has been sitting in there, and then you pull it up and then you get whatever was in there. This doesn't have any cat fur or anything, but just for the sake of the video, for the first pair of sneakers that were in my space, but they did need a good lint roll on the outside. But it's as simple as that. You just dab in there and get out anything. I actually got a little cat hair, but look how dirty that is compared to how it was a couple minutes ago. Okay, I'm going to use my handy dandy lint roller again. This is a scarf that I just got out of a thread up box. The scarf, I am going to put it into the washing machine, but before I wash it, I'm just going to go through and get the hair off. And then after it comes out of the washer, then I can use my sweater shaver. But it's a lot of hair on here, and for some people that would probably deter them. But if you have, this is a very nice heavyweight scarf that can be sold for a little bit of money. I didn't pay that much for my thread up box. You can check that video out, my box of thread up scarves. And it's just like some serious like hair and just that little roll. I don't know if you can see it, but I got like all this hair that just came up. And then if it's something that's in there really well, then, you know, so I just went, I got getting all this hair off of the lint roller, and it literally is gross. That's probably the only way I can say it. I don't have hair, so the thing that I always say, that if it's hair somewhere, if I'm in a restaurant and hair mysteriously shows up in my food, they can't blame me, especially if it's a long blonde hair, right? So, and that is there. So it's like all kinds of, I don't know if you can see it from there, but all this hair and everything in there. So you're my handy dandy inexpensive. And again, if you check the link in my bio, there will be affiliate link for Amazon, where I think I got like 8 of these, and I've had them for like a year because I don't go through them fast, and Thomas buys his own items, his own supplies. We don't share because we run 2 individual businesses, and for tax purposes we buy our own stuff. So there, look how pretty it is. All the hair and everything is gone. So it took me a while to find a good sweater shaver that I liked, and I've probably spent about $50 on good, on sweater shavers. The electronic ones and battery operated ones have not worked well for me. I would see someone in the community, or just, search or watch videos on a popular shaver, and I would try to find it in a reasonable price. Amazon is the best place to go. And if you go into my Amazon affiliate, you'll see my last electric sweater shaver. A couple other people that I know have them and they like them. Mine totally died, no matter how many batteries I put in into it. And I said, you know what, I'm tired of this, and I needed a sweater shaver. So I went into Target one day and I found this great Gleaner sweater shaver. It's basically the same concept of taking a regular razor that you use to shave your legs to shave your sweaters, right? So this is Gleaner. Here's the box. It's the ultimate fuzz remover. And I do have a link on my Amazon affiliate. I didn't get it from Amazon, but I went to Amazon and looked for it because so many people were asking me a while ago. And it's really just a great shaver. So you can get the lint here. I still have some lint on it. You can use this as a lint brush and also the shaver. It has these removable pieces. And it says heavy duty. There's different pieces: heavy duty, medium, and fine. It comes with a little bag that you can put it in. I keep it on the box and the shelf. But here, I'm going to pull these out so that you can see. And here's another one. That's for the medium. And then this is for heavy duty. Look at that. And then the one I just took off is for, whoa, I'm dropping stuff, for fine. And it just snaps into place on your shaver, and then you shave it down. So I go into a little bit more detail to show you how this works in a few minutes. Okay, and for my sweater shaver, I'm going to be showing you how to shave. This one isn't really a lot, but it's very lightweight. So I'm going to show you how it would use to shave this infinity scarf right here. And then the same black infinity scarf that I use for the lint brush. Okay, so again, here's my sweater shaver. It is a Gleaner, and I have in the medium shaver. Again, I showed earlier how these come off and then they just pop back in. Let's see. It snaps back in. And then here's my sweater. Nothing major with it. I just used the lint roller, so I brought some things up. And you just go across. It's very gentle. And it doesn't rip your scarf. Anywhere that you see an area on the scarf that needs some love, it just literally pulls it up. And look at this. So it just pulls it up nice and neat. And you go through, and I'll probably have to do it again because I did decide that I wanted to try to wash this scarf, especially after looking at all that hair in there. But then there it is, and that's everything I'm getting from, and it just looks really pretty. I don't know if you can see it really well. Look how nice that looks. The hair is gone from the lint roller, and then I use this shaver. And then I have I had a skinnier one. Oh, here it is. So I pop this out, and then I pop this one in, and then I'll trade off scarves. And this is for the lightweight fabric or linen, anything that you're using. This one doesn't really need a lot, but I just wanted to demonstrate because this is a thinner, lightweight scarf, and it's the same concept. You just go over gentle, even though it feels like it's pulling or whatever, and you can hear it, and it's just really cleaning up any snags or anything from the scarf. Like there's one right there. And the same concept. And because this one's gentle, it's not going to pull a whole lot like the other one. So there you are with that. And I really like this Gleaner a lot. Hey friends, woo, I'm hot and I'm sweaty. I just did this video all at once. It's broken down in smaller parts, and it'll be weaved together, woven together, edited together. You'll see, because I'm at the end now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This my goal really started off with trying to try out this Lincoln Easy Cleaner. In my opinion, it's not really the best, but it's not the worst, because I did take a chance and use it on 2 vintage items that I know I can get some good money for. So the coat, I'm going to continue cleaning that. So far, I like the results. It didn't dry, so I'll It didn't really dry all the way, so when it dries you can kind of brush it and you can see how the stains come off, and then as it dries I can go back and retreat it. But I am happy with the way that the coat looks because it is vintage. I just wanted to take out some really recognizable spots. The Charles Jordan bag came out excellent. I love it. The shoes, the sneakers, everything that I showed you, the Doc Martens never does me wrong from the first time I've been using it. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of a polish and a nail file. So I use the Lincoln Easy Cleaner with this Shack brush for my Suede, this Kiwi No Buff Cream Polish for my Danskos, in addition to the Doc Marten I use on the Danskos, and then I also use this on the underfoot brown loafers. I use my handy dandy cheap lint roller on the Converse sneakers and on the black scarf, and then I use my Gleaner sweater shaver on the two scarves. I showed you the interchangeable pieces that you can get for the Gleaner, and that's the Gleaner. I like it. It literally cost me, I think, about $15, and I haven't looked back. I had it for 2 years now, and I can't complain at all. So hopefully you like this video. If you have, please consider subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. Set a reminder for any future videos. In the comments, please let me know what you thought about this video, and also any ideas that you have for any future videos. I have tons coming up. I thank you always for indulging me, for watching. Hopefully you saw it to the end. Hopefully you saw something in one of the products. I do not endorse the products. I do have an affiliate, so if you use the link that I put in the bottom, I get like a little bit of money. If you buy this, I probably get like 50 cents. So it, every little bit counts. But then now you could probably have your affiliate as well. So thank you, friends, for watching. As always, I appreciate you so much. Take care.